yourself to be named Hobart Chargers president?
Well, can I start by saying my really warm and personal thanks to Jason, but also my thanks to Jason and his team as a supporter of the club, because I think they've done great work this year. They've come from, I think, probably a low base, and they've built a great platform for future success. And that's one of the reasons that I'm very attracted to be part of the story going forward. Also appreciate Jason's support, as in him nominating me as chair and therefore president of the Chargers going forward at the board meeting last night. I'm looking forward to learning from Jason, understanding the great contribution he's still got to make to the club. But when it came to thinking about timing, both Jason and I agreed that the lead up to Christmas, before everyone packs off for summer holidays, is a vital time for the club to thank our existing sponsors, to engage our existing membership and supporter base, to re-engage with the community and the wider business community in the search for new sponsors as well. That the next 2 months is going to be a critical time. So Jason's given me the great privilege of being able to hit the ground running, and I appreciate that very much.
You mentioned the words future success. How will you achieve that as president?
Well, look, I think clearly there's been some success on the court, but I think there are other areas we need to set some ambitious targets going forward for. We need to be not only strong on the court, we need to be strong in the community, and that means in the wider community, in the basketball community, in the business community, in the schools, in the basketball clinics. We need to be really strong there, because that's where our supporter base is ultimately going to come from. We need to be strong with our sponsors and making sure that the sponsor experience is the very best this club can give them, and that our brand is well aligned with their brand. And we need to be strong financially. I think the current board have done a great job in bringing the club to the set of finances we've got. There are challenges going forward, but they're definitely not insurmountable challenges. And I have a sense, and I usually look at these things in sort of 3-year batches, that I would like to see the club strong enough financially to be NBL ready. Now, whether or not that means we're an NBL team or not remains to be seen. There's a whole range of other things that would need to go under the bridge for that to happen. But I would like to see the club in 3 years' time being NBL ready. And that means strong on the court, strong off the court, strong at the bank account, and strong in the community.
You said NBL ready. Could that be achieved by just focusing on the men's program? Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about the lady Chargers. Will they be around this year?
I think it's absolutely 100% vital, and I wouldn't have taken this job on if I didn't believe that the whole club agrees with this, and that is that the women's program is vital to this club. If we want to be strong in the community, and I believe strong on the balance sheet, the women's program has an enormous contribution to make to that.
Have you had any success in securing any new sponsors or anything such for next year?
Jason and his team to date have done a great job in talking to sponsors. I'm going to go out and re-engage with sponsors, new face, new story to tell, and I suspect that we're going to have some announcements coming in the coming weeks about that.
How long has this been in the pipeline? Has this been a vision of yours for long?
From my point of view, I have a view that a very strong view, actually, that ex-politicians should use their time, have to pay the mortgage, of course, but other than that, use their time for serving their communities, and they have a role to play in that, and I have a very strong view about that. I've just recently stepped down as chair for 3 years of the Salamanca Arts Centre, and I've been looking for a new community role to play because I want to make a contribution to my community. It just happens that I'm also a passionate basketball fan and have been since I started playing in grade 4, and a passionate Devils and Chargers supporter, for 30 years. And so the opportunity to do some good community service, some good work in my community, mixed with a sport that I'm passionate about and that fantastic happenstance my son's passionate about, gives me great motivation.
How are the Chargers placed for 2017 with both the men and the women's program?
Well, look, there's a bit of work to do, of course, on court, and we've got some great minds at work on that at the moment, and making sure that we're putting the strongest teams that we can possibly put together on the court next year. What I'm most excited about, and I'm certain that we're going to have successful on-court year, and what I'm most excited about is the platform that I've got to work with, that Jason and his team have created, gives us this great opportunity to bring in new sponsors now, to give them an extraordinary experience, and to align our brand with theirs so that they know when they're sponsoring the Chargers, the Hobart Chargers, they are speaking to all of southern Tasmania and in fact all of southeast Australia about a particular set of brand that goes with excitement, with family, with a great night at the basketball.
So both are going to be on the court in 2017?
Both teams, is that what you're asking?
Yep.
Both men's and women's teams are definitely going to be on the court for 2017.
Will Stewie be coaching the men's team?
I believe that's an announcement for him to make, but it is my absolute hope and desire that that will be the case, and I expect it to be so.